I remember in 1983 when we won the World Cup. I was in the 11th class. I was a young man, at that time, and the first time, not that I'm old today. So at that time, I was planning to become a doctor, and my concentration was more on the studies in our days rather than the sports. In spite of that, the cricket was the religion, which at the end of the day we used to play a gully boys, and I was a very bad batsman, and I could spin a bit, and everybody was taller and bigger than me. So the cricket was in my heart, but my physical ability was so debilitated, I couldn't pursue. Then I thought, looking at my posture and my body habitus, I'd be a better doctor than a cricketer like you. So the first time I saw Binny was when I was 7th grade. I went to Ranji Trophy in Shimoga between Karnataka and Kerala, and he and Brijesh Patel were the openers, and both of them hit century. And I was at that time most probably 3 foot 2 inches, and I went alone from my town just to see the cricket. I'm sorry for this. Yeah. So, and in the main gate that was at that time Ranji Trophy was considered as almost like a T20, because that is the beginning. Before that, before entering into the national team, and Binny and Brijesh Patel were the furious batsmen at that time, and both of them hit the centuries, and everybody was coming out of the gate. I was caught between the two people. That was the first experience of death in my life. I was suffocated, but luckily I squeezed between the people and went out. That is the beauty of Indian cricket, where wherever the cricket, people will come and watch them as the demigods, not the doctors, but they are. So with that background, I will just move to our main program of introduction of Mr. Roger Binny. And who knows his full name? Can you raise your hand? His name is, he has read the Wikipedia. Now his name is Roger Michael Humphrey Binny. So wonderful. Welcome, sir. And he was born in 1955. And how old is he now? Don't ask me. Don't calculate. And in those days, cricket, having test matches, one day was not well known. Test match in the Ranji was the great thing. During that time itself, he has already played 27 Indian test matches, and later on when they progressed, I think it's the later part, 72 one-day international. This statistics is not equivalent to what we see every weekend game of the present. Then it must have been very difficult to conduct the program of that level. And his records are fantastic and innumerable, and he had the best bowling of 8 wickets for 101 in test matches and 4 wickets out of 29 in 12 overs during his tenure. And as of today, he is the president of KSCA, Karnataka State Cricket Association, and he was the previous selector for the Indian team, and he has groomed and trained many people, and today is not only observer of the cricket and make sure it will go very well, he is an avid golfer with a best handicap of 4, which many Japanese are jealous of. Okay? So with that background, I'll move into our real talk show. It is a different way we wanted to do it, and he's happy to share. He wanted an interactive than a lecture, which we thought we can do it wonderfully. And at the end, I will ask 3 questions from the audience. Whoever have an interesting, a funny one, you can ask at the end. Okay? Yes. Mr. Binny, once again, as I said, the 3rd time and the last time, we welcome to this talk show.
Thank you.
Tell me, what made you to take up the cricket in your younger days?
For me, cricket was a passion. It was a passion in the family. My father and the rest of the family, like my uncles, we used to have cricket matches in the family. The uncles versus the nephews.
Okay.
So that was on the weekends, So the nephews always trashed the uncles because we were much younger. But that's how we started playing. See, that was the way the game, that's how we got the passion for the game. And we were taken for every single match that took place in Bangalore.
Very nice.
Then we had foreign teams come down and play, or the Ranji Trophy game. So our parents would take us to the matches and encourage us.
So ultimately it's a passion, like how many people take medicine as a passion. And ultimately the passion is the one which makes the difference. Okay.
So for me, not only cricket, but sport was a passion. I played I played 2 other sports for the state also. Okay.
Which are those?
Yeah, in athletics, javelin throw.
Oh.
I did the javelin. In fact, my record still stands at the moment.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
And I play hockey for the state.
Oh, okay. So, how did you choose between the hockey and the cricket then?
Like I said, my passion was first for cricket.
First for the cricket. So, whatever you choose, the first passion which makes the difference. Okay. And tell me, when you are so passionate in those days, how they used to select for the state and to the national level?
We have, see, like your first steps are in school cricket.
Hmm.
You start playing for your school team. Then you get picked to the under 16, under 19. It's a gradual climb up the team.
Up to two.
Once you get to the 19s, then people start to look at you a little bit more because you're playing much more cricket and you're open in the public eyes. So that's when you got to actually do well, hit the, you get your performances right at that age. And after the 19s, you come into the Ranji Trophy team.
Okay.
So that's how we take it. And from Ranji Trophy, you climb into the Indian team.
Oh,
So it
okay.
depends how you perform all along each step.
Each step. Okay. So ultimately, your record, your performance makes the difference. Exactly like how we select the team members in our hospitals is how somebody climbs from the junior doctor to the higher level and higher level based on the performance. Okay.
It's only 11 players to play, you see. So it's not, you have to perform to stay in that 11.
Okay. Steady. And now when you're going through this selection process, did you have any hardship that, oh, this year I should have been selected, they did not select me? You know, did you have that kind of a hardship at the national level or the state level?
Well, it does happen. You get disappointed at times, you know. But I think I always had this in me, and I was taught by my coaches and even at home. You know, you never give up trying. You know?
Never give up.
You have to. The harder you work, and the better you get. So we always went back to the drawing board, like you said. Like our drawing board is nets, cricket nets, you see.
Correct.
We went there and practiced a little more. You know? And I think that's what made us. You know, if you see my career. Right from the time I played for Ranji Trophy, I was never dropped from the Karnataka team. But when I played for India, from 79 to 87, I made 6 comebacks with the Indian team.
6 comebacks.
And the World Cup team was now one of my comebacks too.
Oh, really? Every time you went out,
Yeah.
what was the feeling you used to have? Oh man, why was that drop? No.
I was disappointed, but I didn't blame anybody for it. I blamed myself, my performance, and so if I had to get back into that team, then I had to work harder.
Work hard, yes. So the introspection is much more and work harder and then get back to it. And 6th time you came back, that shows your mental strength. Is your mental strength. Excellent.
There was 2 of us. There was Jimmy Amana. You know, he also made a lot of comebacks.
Oh, really? And Jimmy has become the man of the series at that time. That's great. Yeah. How many years you had to wait before you were selected to the highest level of national level? How many from the time you started playing Ranji to the highest level? How long you had to wait?
I played my first Ranji Trophy in 75.
Okay.
And then 4 years later, I played for India.
For India, 4 years. That was the usual norm at that time.
Not really. Some people make it up in the first 2 years. You know, a lot of people go like to Kumbales and Prasannas, you know, they pass. They came in the first 2 years. But I think you have to make it before it's 5 years. Otherwise, it's a bit late to get.
Late to get into that.
You can't get into a team at 27, 28.
Okay. When you were picked up for the 1983 World Cup, and when at that time it used to come the phone calls, or is it a telegram, or what's the way they called you?
No, it came on the news, on the national news. Yeah.
Oh, till then you didn't know. Wow, very nice.
And somebody called up and told me, "So you've been picked for the World Cup." I was watching the news at that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that television wasn't too good in those days.
Yes, hazy blood.
Doordarshan was the only.
Doordarshan was the channel.
So then after that, I got calls coming in to say that I was picked.
And what was your first reaction? What exactly went through your mind when you really selected to the national level for the World Cup?
Yeah, like I said, I was going to come back to try to do. You know, I had a very good season 3 months before that when Karnataka won the Ranji Trophy that year. We beat Mumbai in the final, and I had a good performance. So I was confident.
Oh, you were confident
of coming back in the team because of my performance in the Ranji Trophy. I had a century and 5 wickets in the final.
Wow.
Yeah. So that sort of performance, I knew. I was very confident. But I was very excited to be picked for the World Cup. That was, I think, every cricketer's dream. To represent your country in the World Cup.
Exactly.
And the initial part of it, was a lot of excitement. Yeah. But then we settled down, and then I knew I had to do well again to stay back in the team.
Correct.
Which is a good stepping for me to be back in the cricket.
And when you heard that, did your friends get the mug of beer from you?
There must have been quite a few.
Quite a few before going to that. Okay. So before going, as an individual, not as a team, I will come to that. What was the thought process when you boarded the flight? Forget about, or before booking the ticket. I know the history that many of you booked to go from England as a stopover to go to US. And so that story I know about it. So when you booked the ticket, what exactly was an individual? As an individual, you're thinking that how you can contribute to make sure that you win. Did you have any idea that you were going to win it?
Well, I can't say that.
You can't say that, yeah.
But judging those days, we saw the West Indies. I mean, they were the best team.
Correct. Correct.
So they were the favourites for the World Cup started. And England, we were playing in England, so England also were favourites.
Correct.
Playing in their home conditions. So well, we didn't really think that far, winning.
Winning.
We were till then India had only won one World Cup game in the past 2 World Cups.
Okay.
We beat
only one game.
One game. We beat East Africa in 1975.
Okay.
We hadn't won anything.
Anything else? Okay.
So it was difficult. I had played the 82 summer. I had played in England, so I knew the conditions. I played in the local tournaments, so I knew the conditions. So I knew that I could contribute.
You can contribute
with my sort of game.
And all of the members also had a similar kind of experience, according to you?
Most of them had already played their cricket in England.
Okay.
Yeah. And what actually was good, the team balance and respect. So respect for those conditions.
Those conditions.
Because the selectors didn't realize it probably. But these are the people who performed, and it was the right combination that we took to the World Cup.
Oh, okay. So the why I ask this question is, when we pick up the team to do the highest level of the work, as the surgeons or the physicians in the hospital, the team members have to gel and should think that each one of us will contribute. Initially, everybody will have self-doubt. But I think when they move it together with the multiple forces that everybody wants to contribute, it blossoms into a beautiful thing, right? I think the similar way is your cricket team. It was.
That's it. I mean, if you see, I mean, when we went to the World Cup, because the team was when you play in England, you board the bus in the airport, and then you get off again when you're leaving the country. So the bus is your second home. It is.
Oh, okay.
So that's good because everybody is together.
Everybody's together.
Everybody's chatting, and it's like home, playing games, playing cards, or talking. You have to travel between matches in the bus.
In the bus itself.
That is one thing.
It's almost like a caravan.
Yeah. That held the whole team together, kept us all together, kept us in good spirits. Yeah. And the other kickstart was when the first game we played in the World Cup. We played against West Indies.
Correct. I will come to that. Yeah. I'll come to. So your bus became the big boss house.
Yeah.
So the big boss house made the difference to you people. So that means in a team, more we spend the time, more we get to know each other, not only the work and the other things about each other. I think the performance become better and we get to know each other very well. Okay. People head to the World Cup. Was there a hierarchy that he's a coach like the modern day? When I see the Manchester City, Pep Guardiola takes the full control and he looks at all the planning will be done and he will sit in the room and tell the people where his position and where you had to win and how to win. So was that culture was there at that time, or was it too primitive saying that, buddy, you play your game, be relaxed, then we look into that. How was that?
We never had a coach in those days. We had just a manager of the team.
Manager of the team.
So he looked after the administrative side. And the captain and the senior player took care of the team. So yeah, we did have a lot of interaction before matches. Before we went to the World Cup and to play the first game, then we have a team meeting.
Okay.
Where we spend about 45 minutes to an hour, discussing tactics and just to throw around a bit of things from especially the senior players.
Senior players.
And everybody is encouraged to participate.
So all 12 of you, or 16 of you, know each other very well before the World Cup, because they're all from different states, different background. Many of them didn't know English at that time. So and the common way of talking is just few words of Hindi. Some people knew Hindi, some people didn't know. Now, how did you people gel?
Most of us have played with each other in the past. Like when I joined in '79, we had almost 60% of the World Cup team was there.
It was there.
We had Gavaskar as the captain when I first came. And then couple they took over in '83. So that basically, it is you like I said, the bus also helped a lot. But once you're into a cricket field, you have make a lot of friends.
Friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter because it's difficult mixing with a person from Punjab or a person from Canada who can't speak Punjabi.
Correct. Madan Lal and everybody is speaking Punjabi.
You speak in a broken Hindi, you speak in a broken English. It was a good laugh at times for us.
And the common language was cricket then. Just bowling, cricket, that's all. Okay, excellent. Coming to the league matches, I think when India was given a draw with Australia and West Indies, Zimbabwe and ourselves, two great people were there. West Indies and Australia were very powerful. And did that perturb you people?
Well, see, if you remember in '83, India told the West Indies, the team. I was like that, but same 90% of this team was in the West Indies before that, and they beat the West Indies in one of the one-day internationals, the last one before the tour finished.
Oh,
okay.
That gave a small.
Yeah, that really gave them a good head start there, where people started to believe in themselves.
Correct.
That we can beat them.
Okay. The first, the previous tour with a small success, we'll start dreaming bigger and bigger. That's amazing.
It was that confidence.
That's nice. Yeah, because as far as I remember, the West Indies team had a Clive Lloyd, the giant man, and we had a fabulous Vivian Richard, and the four great bowlers from martial law to everybody. We used to read in the newspaper that martial law came, India collapsed. So with that as a first game, what was the mindset? Was it to beat them or the win just happened?
We basically we batted. We made sure because those days we played in 60 overs. Match was 60 overs.
60 overs, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Our main concern was to last those 60 overs. You see,
okay.
In those days we didn't really set targets of 300 or whatever plus. We set a target of 5 runs and over.
5 runs
and over. That's the target we set initially. And then so we stuck to a plan over there. Let's play the overs out. Let's not waste overs. Because if you waste 10 overs, you're wasting about 70, 80 runs. So we had a plan. Just go there and play. And conditions in England are not easy to bat.
Yeah, correct. The
wind
changes, weather changes, light changes, wind changes, pitch changes.
Pitch changes.
Correct.
When we batted, we had the sun on our back, so it was nice and warm. And the conditions were ideal for cricket.
So ultimately, the condition was very conducive to play, and that helped us. So
then the West Indies came and it changed a little bit. So that's how we got the advantage over it.
So when the first match was won, did it really felt that the team that yes, we can do it?
We were confident.
You were confident, yeah.
But we were not. We won the second game too.
Zimbabwe.
So
yeah.
That we were. So all of us were getting a little bit overconfident, cocky,
Okay. Yeah.
Because you win 2 on the trot. Then the third one we lost.
Yeah. Third one against Australia, you were beaten, horribly.
That's good for the team because it sort of lifted us again. Australia's lifted us because we said we couldn't relax on 2 victories.
So whatever the elation was there was a small amount of depression, but you did not allow it to go complete depression, but you came up again. So
we had to work a little more hard in the field.
Harder in the field.
Okay. Like I said, we had a combination which was excellent. We had batters who could bat from number 1 to number 10. If you see the whole World Cup, the main batsmen like Gavaskar and Srikanth really went the main scorers. All the main scorers were the batsmen.
In the back.
7, 8, 9.
Correct, I saw that. Yeah. In Man
It wasn't the main people who didn't strike really. It was a combination and the team.
The reason I asked you this question is, even in the medical field, there are months we do wonderful work, great surgeries, and there are some days, suddenly we'll have some of the dips, and that's how, we also, as a doctor, we cannot go down completely because we have to treat the next patient. So, that ups and downs, we feel it very regularly. So it makes a lot of youngsters, man, what did happen? So then at that time, the seniors, like me and Swarup and everything, we prep them up saying that, don't worry, this is what happens and how to move further, we make the balance between the two. Okay, excellent. Then when the first match came, the West Indies, it was like climbing the Mount Everest, or you were thinking it's just a small peak we'll cross across?
No, like I said, the West Indies were unbeatable.
But unbeatable.
One realizes the strength, the power they had.
Yeah.
So we really didn't, and we were confident of beating them someday, but we were not overconfident,
Okay.
We knew that, and they could walk over anybody. But they had so much of flair to play the game,
Correct.
And they had the right balance. I mean, if you see, West Indies is the only team that had their one-day team, the test team was the same.
Correct.
Like India had different one-day team and different test team, most teams.
Yeah.
Because they play the game the same spirit. Yeah. Same way they play test cricket, they play one-day cricket. Yeah.
Irrespective of what day it is.
Yeah.
Okay, that made the difference.
So that was the...
Yeah. You took in the first in a match the Clive Lloyd, and the same thing happened. You took his wicket in the finals, right? And when it happens that a bowler bowls and first time the wicket goes away with the same person, when another you bowl once again to him in whichever the situation, does it create the mental agony and the restlessness? Or if you are hit 6 repeatedly and you bowl once again to him in the final, if you hit 6, what mental process goes through you?
It does. When the first game when I bowled to him, the conditions were also ideal for bowling for us. So I stuck to a plan. That's a plan we all discussed. Because Clive Lloyd is a person who doesn't like to be, bogged down. He doesn't like to stay. He likes to keep playing, getting big shots. So if he could bowl good lines and good lengths to them, that was the idea. So when I got him out in the first game, and the wicket also helped me a lot. We came back to the final. He was actually injured. He had a run. He had a groin problem he had. So couple walked across to me and said, don't bowl the ball close to him. Bowl it away from him. So he has to reach it.
Correct. I saw that. Yeah.
So you had to just swing his hands at the ball. You see.
Okay.
So that's what we planned. Couple bowled first, and I bowled this side. I expected 3-4 balls right outside the option, away from it.
Correct.
It would be a wide if he left it.
Yeah. Okay.
But he just fell to the trap and hit straight to a couple of years back.
So it's the planning which made the difference.
It was a big plan. I didn't think of it. I was planning to do the same thing what I did in Manchester when I bowled. When a couple came and changed my plan, I made it work and I think I went for it.
Okay, so it is the planning. We also do when we do the big surgeries, we plan, we write it down, we have a pathway, and when we follow that, most often, even if it's a big surgery, it goes well. I think the planning is the key in these kind of things. Excellent. Yeah. Then next was the Australia-India match. As you said, there's a huge margin. We were nowhere comparison to that. And you climbed the Himalaya, then another mountain, Kilimanjaro, you got beaten like anything. And at that time, what will be the team spirit?
Well, again, just losing two matches in the trot, one after the other. That made us again fight a bit harder.
Bit harder.
Went back to the nets. In fact, you found people in the nets, more active and more really trying to get back into the game. But we knew if we had lost another game in between, we would have been out of the World Cup.
Out of the World Cup.
You see, that's
Yeah, that's it. That Zimbabwe match.
That's the next game.
The next game, India was 5 for 15. 17 for 5. And did you people speak to Kapil there when he hit that 170? As a captain, he's a leader, right? Ultimately, everything comes, the whole country of, at that time, how much we were? Maybe 1 billion people? I know 1983, probably everybody will be watching, TV was there, and did he explain afterwards anytime to you people saying that, man, we are collapsing as a team leader, I should take the lead forward and make it happen? Did he speak about that thing, or how a leader should perform at that time?
See, one thing what happened that day there was a strike, there's an industrial strike, so there's no television.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't see that not live on
Correct.
TV. Yeah. But it happened so fast. Normally when you go to play a match, the two openers go to bat, you sit back, you have your coffee, your biscuits, and you watch the game. And you settle down. You settle down. We didn't have time to do that because
Oh, okay. Everybody's going and coming back.
In 6 overs you were 5 down.
Yeah, 5 down.
So you had no time. So
Yeah.
we quickly on the pads and off into bat. And at that stage we were 17 for 5 and you had another 55 overs to go.
Yeah.
So Kapil came in, right? I was the first one to get into that small partnership we started with. So he said, forget the boundaries, forget the sixes. We take singles. We just play the overs out. Let's accumulate runs.
Like accumulate runs.
That's what he did to me. He told me the same thing that he told Kirmani, Madanala, and we were able to hit a gear to 260. And he of course played brilliant now. 175. With he didn't hit a boundary till he obtained his first 100 runs.
Yeah.
Then the sixes and the fours came after. So he led from the front basically.
Led in the front. As a captain.
Yeah. And he was always, every over he was telling you, don't forget the boundaries.
And there is a beautiful study done on basis of this, that in a crisis, a leader should make a big task into multiple small tasks. Now I think that unless it's written, will not be known. Now retrospectively thinking, I'm sure the Kapil Dev must have thought, instead of chasing big runs and big boundaries, let me do it slowly, meticulous, small, 1 run, 2 runs and everything. I know that till the Madan Lal came, that is the 7th wicket, we were still 70 for 6. Then after that, he started chasing, and once he got the confidence, got the pitch thing, and he hit it a big way. So I think as a good leader, you have to divide the things into different places when the opportunity comes to make it a big event. And all of us at that time, believe me, I was also, I was hearing with the telephone, the receiver, we used to put it to the wire to get the signals from somewhere and hear it. I still remember that the news came that Kapil Dev alone hit 175, and it was a fabulous feeling. That means any down time, as a good leader, we had to think, never leave the hope and think bigger way, which made an enormous change to India. And that showed the India that at any given point of time, we can win the big matches.
We practiced so much of not, with Kimani, he put on 119
runs. Correct.
And Kimani's contribution was in single digits.
Single digit. Yeah.
He had
as a leader, he took full brunt.
He just made sure that Kapil Dev took that stage.
So, did you think this is the turning point of the whole that World Cup which you people played? And then everybody's confidence said that, man, we can do it. We can make this bigger. Did it happen in your bus?
It would definitely give us a lot of confidence, because we came out from a very tight situation. We were 17 for 5, and you hold the best batters are back in the dressing room. That really did help kickstart us to go forward differently.
Excellent.
And that's a good finish for Graham Yallop. He goes to 66, played a fine innings. Second top score. Trevor Chapelman 110. Graham Yallop 66 and Kim Hughes 52 in what was an excellent team effort today. 320 for 9 and close up. And he's out, caught at cover. Tom Hogan takes the catch.
So the India, one by one every. So at the end of the bat match, what happens in the dressing room? How each of them, make sure that to increase the motivation of each person. What goes in the dressing room? How do people prep up yourself?
Yeah. So basically, everybody is disappointed. And the first 10, 15 minutes, everybody's on their own. You don't really indulge in it. Just don't talk.
Don't talk. Everybody. Silence.
We have silence. Pin drop silence. You sit down and brood over the match. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody even says anything. We don't talk cricket at that time.
Don't talk at all.
We don't talk cricket.
Cricket at all.
Then slowly we take moods and we get back into our bus. The actual thing happens again before the next game starts. Then only we come back into cricket again.
Cricket again. Till then, nobody speaks anything about the previous match. So,
amongst ourselves we may share it, but as a team we don't.
you don't.
You know,
Okay.
Then we for the next team meeting, we sit down and discuss what really went wrong in the previous game. You know? Why we lost the game, or how can we improve, what can be done.
What can be done?
And strategies are worked out.
So in this team, did you have somebody who can cut jokes when there is a down slide and make sure that you all come back to the lighter mood first? You know, in that way. Who was the person in your team who was in that way? Because I always say in my team, there should be one entertainment manager. I have one person who can play guitar and sing. So this is very important because, you know, when we do the high pressure work, it is very important to balance. Otherwise, we suck into that and our performance drops. It is very, very important in a team. There will be a couple of people who will make everybody happy. As soon as you see them, you feel like hugging them. So who was that in your team?
Well, there's a lot of pressures. You know,
Correct.
When you get on the ground. And there's one person who had the knack, and he had the way to do it. He was an actor himself. It was Srikanth.
Srikanth, okay.
He got everybody going, you know. He loved to sing Hindi songs, but he didn't know how to sing.
Okay.
He kept everybody in good spirits.
Exactly like me.
He kept everybody in good spirits, and you know, there was never a dull moment when he was around.
So that's very important.
Broke the tension in the
Correct,
dressing room,
correct.
in the bus, you know.
Yeah.
It took me a lot of things. Kilman used to be another one who was very witty.
Very witty, yeah.
Sumit Gavaskar would have been from that time.
Very nice, yeah.
So we had a few people who were good at this. That was naturally to them, of course. It wasn't
Yes,
something.
correct. You know,
That changed the mood of the team. Many occasions.
yeah. So even in the dip, we had to be a bit happy, change the mood. So sure, our results will be much better later. In a team game, one get the recognition, and how does others on that game only think about you, or how you motivate others when you get the recognition?
Basically, it's each one motivates the other one. It as a team.
Yeah.
And when I bowl, when they take brilliant catches, they make brilliant stops in the field. So it's a teamwork. And that's what motivates everybody. That gives you the confidence, you know, for a bowler, even for a fielder at that point in time. So it's always helping each other.
Helping each other.
That's
That's ultimate. And because each time the game changes. In one surgery, sometimes we do wonderfully. In another surgery, somebody will do wonderfully. Ultimately, we cannot think that we are the best. But unless the other team member contributes, we can't do it. So similar way it happens in the cricket itself.
So this game really showed the Indian team playing as a team.
As a team. This is the first time. I too heard
We started to learn. This is when we started to really
perform.
After this game was a crucial one for us to get into the semi-finals. And that's next game you see the confidence level was even higher.
Which higher? So when you came to the final, did you have in a gut feeling that yes, sure we're going to lift the trophy?
We were confident of doing well.
Confident doing well. So you are not looking at the ultimate result. Excellent.
We knew that we had to again perform like we did the past against the West Indies. Manchester. We had a setback because we only scored 183 runs. Our target again was looking at, like I said, 45 runs. No, but so 270 plus we were looking at.
Or 270.
We had a lot of things in our favor.
Your
Our favor at that point in time. Yeah.
So how much is the difference between the semi-final and final? How many days you had?
3 days.
3 days. And 3 days was an intense discussion, or everybody is happy to themselves saying that let us play our own game?
Yeah, which is 1 day of traveling. Next day we practiced. The third day we were on the
You were on the pitch. The shorter period was there.
It was not much of time to sit back and brood and think about it.
Think about it.
It happened to us very quickly.
So did you have a game plan once again? Because the final is again the Himalaya game, the Clive team. Did you have a game plan once again saying that which bowler will take which wicket, whom he bowls? And did Kapil Dev, because I knew that he is not the senior most person in the team. He was one of the juniors compared to all of you. But still, he has to lead from front. Did you have the game plan, or he gave, or everybody gave information to him which he converted? How did it happen?
Basically, our plan again is a team plan.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to say, okay, Kapil Dev will get Clive out, or I get Richard. It doesn't work that way. It's just about how you bowl, how you clear that time.
That time.
Yeah. So we had the same, very similar discussion to what we had now again. We discussed the same thing.
Same thing.
The lines to bowl it, and say like Clive Lloyd is very strong in certain areas. You want to stay away from those areas. You don't want to go to those areas.
That areas. So sticking on to the basics.
Or Binny is again the same thing. We said let's not give him into his strength.
Okay.
That's the plan. Each bowler, when you get to the ground, this is what you have.
Had that plan. Okay.
In this game, I wore a new shirt and it fits. So I normally bowl with short sleeve shirt.
Okay. Yeah.
My bad luck, I got a shirt which had long sleeves.
Yeah.
Each time I bowl, this thing would fall over you. So
That's right. Because in nowadays I have seen.
Everybody asked me that.
Everybody asked you? Okay. So because nowadays I see some of the West Indian bowlers, they stand like a military position and do this. So I was thinking you also had similar kind of thing, because humans don't change much over a period of years.
See, in the final I got back to my short sleeve.
Okay. This is the final.
He's gone!
So this is what you said. You put it outside the
Lloyd is caught 66 for 5, and West Indies in total disarray now. India struck with almost nothing to bowl at, 183 their total, and now the world champions 66 for 5.
India was against the Zimbabwe. Similar way, the West Indies was against that. So at some time we think we are the best, but it can happen to anybody to go down, right? So did our West Indies team at the end, any time now in the present day, when you meet the Richards or anything, do they discuss what was exactly going through their mind then in 1983? Now when they're open, do they open up with you? How did they feel?
We had many interactions with them after that. We had a World Cup of Leading golfers at the KJ.
Okay.
Four West Indian players were there. Sitting over a drink, we stopped.
That's the best time to talk.
Not from us. It came from one of the fans, one of the golfers. They asked, how did you guys lose to India that time?
Okay.
Finally, you had such a great team. So Jeffrey Lujob and Jasmine Haynes, they were playing that ball. Jeffrey was telling me, a fan of his, he says, when India got up for 183, he said, I told this, we're not going to get this score.
Really?
Before they went into bat. So they looking back, the confidence level was totally down. Some of them felt that score was,
too high.
Not too big for them, but it was in the range where they were not going to get it. They didn't have confidence to win that game actually.
Yeah.
You see the way they batted, and they didn't bat like the rest.
Yeah, their body language was different. Yeah, that we also keep telling, before entering any surgery.
The other contribution was the wicket. See the wicket. Basically, I think England were not involved in that game. So the West Indies and India.
Correct.
It was a wicket which was full of grass. It was live grass. And in England you have live grass, the ball does something. This few balls swings, and also the liner was bowling it past over a head sometimes.
Correct.
It wasn't a wicket for one day matches.
Okay.
So that helped. So when we got it for 183, they saw the condition of the wicket, how it was sailing around.
Okay.
We had the bowling attack, for that wicket.
Okay.
So if you land the ball in the right areas, then things will happen. And that's what upset the whole wicket. And they are not players who will go there and sort of stay around and you try and try and build partnerships to get you. They hit their way out of trouble.
Out of the trouble.
Which you couldn't do on that wicket. That's why they got out.
So that's why, I've seen one of the interviews of Madan Lal, who said, he was hit double of fours or threes by Vivian Richards, and Kapil Dev wanted to change his bowling, and then he went and told him, Paji, give me one more over. So, when the chips are down, the Kapil Dev said that, when the player thinks from inside, that means his gut feeling is telling that he can take him. Then, though he didn't want to give, he gave the ball, and that turned the match. And that means, and that over, he took Vivian Richard. So I think that is a great feeling. That means the gut feeling is a key in any of the good leaders to think of himself that we can achieve something.
Madan was a great try. He was still playing. He always thought he got beat outsmart the batsman.
Okay.
And he felt, talking to him later, he felt that Richards got overconfident hitting, playing him. But he was playing too many shots. That's why he played. When he went to Kapil, he didn't question.
Yeah.
Give me the ball, I'll get him out.
Wow.
That's how he did it.
Yeah, that's how we did it. Yeah.
The rest of the history.
Rest is the history. So when one, if two medium pacers are there, one is taking wicket, but you will be hit multiple times. What goes between the two, there's healthy competitors, I can say. So one will be doing very well in that match, another one will not be doing very well. So how do you people cope up with such things?
Well, I think the one who's being hit needs to be boosted up. So everybody in the field always encourages. You find people from the third man, you find like you'll be shouting at the ball, etc. Just to keep them up. The main fellows are the ones next to him, the middle on the middle. The bowlers walk from past, everybody's giving him advice. Helping them up.
So ultimately the team, each other
give
should
that
hold
confidence again.
confidence,
That's important.
hold the shoulders and never let team member go down. This is Mohindra Anand. Yeah, last 2 wickets. Souvenir? Which do you have? How many of those?
I've got this one.
You have this?
The second one will take a wicket.
The second one will take the wicket. And every time you see, you cherish?
Yeah, what I did, I picked the wicket up and all the cricketers who played us, they all
Sign on that.
including the umpires. So we had, after we won, we had a lot of past cricketers come to the dressing room. Teddy Truman, English fast bowler. So all of them must sign on the wicket.
Sign on the wicket.
That's a souvenir which we it's something we cannot forget in our life.
Forget it now. See, that's the reason. It is all in the brain connection. Because whenever you see your award, there is a hormone called dopamine secretes. The dopamine keeps you very happy, light, even when you are tense. Go back to your, the trophy, and suddenly it calms you down. And it's purely at the brain level, which happens. And with this scene, did your personality change from 1983 to today? Are you the same person, or the 1983 World Cup made you a better human being to think that, man, I did everything what I wanted. Now I'll be the calm man. I'll play golf and be happy with everyone.
It made me proud, definitely.
Made you proud.
To win that cup. It made all of us, not only me, the whole team. And we made the country proud.
Absolutely.
Until that time, India didn't win many matches outside the country, outside India. So people living abroad, they appreciate the win and help them a lot. As to me as an individual, it didn't change me.
You didn't change. You're always a cool guy.
Yeah, I've been the same. I don't think it changed anybody.
Yeah.
It's just that of course, we're still looked upon, like even today also everybody remembers the World Cup.
Yeah.
And everybody talks about it. So
Right. Very fact that we are sitting here and talking
26
also.
years, 26 years ago it happened. But still it's fresh in our minds, it's fresh in even
Public.
Yeah. Whenever I meet somebody, they only remember me for the World Cup. So I played so much of cricket besides that. But it's been fantastic, I think.
So unlike in the modern day cricketers, when you won that award, no Bollywood women chased you?
You're not in England anyway.
No, coming back to Bangalore, nobody chased you? Be frank with me.
I was a happy married man.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
I had met 2 children with me.
Oh, okay. But then you're already good. Okay. Yeah.
We have a lot of fan following in India.
Yeah, I was just joking. Because if you're a young bachelor, sure, a couple of actresses will be behind you.
the field. Everybody fight for their lives, and they said, we will do it. And you must not be in agreement with the man of the match. Somebody none of that.
Thanks, yeah.
Everybody was so impressed with the way you played transfer into the backing, and then of course you What do you want to say about it?
Actually, that was the time when we wanted to break through. When I got the first one, it was very good for the team. So, like Andy and Michael before, and really was giving about. So then I Marshall got out, so we were very much in the game at that time.
Is your father over here, or what are you looking at?
No, I think he's very much at home. He must have been watching the team.
Yeah, the Jeremy's connection with his father, the father taught him some cricket, and typical Indian way, we never forget the past. And that's a great thing to think that whatever we are, wherever we are, we learn from somebody, and we should always respect even when we win. I think he showed that, the compassionate part of the Indian team. That's excellent. With that, and I have two more questions to you. It's a rapid round. You have to say this, yeah. Who is, from your point of view, who is the most favorite cricketer of the world so far you had in your experience, from present to past?
I think Bill Richards.
Bill Richards. What character of his made you think that,
His confidence.
His confidence.
When he went out to bat, I mean, every bowler was the same to him. That no one was good and no one was.
No one is good.
He played the same way with everybody.
And the way he used to chew the gum, he used to chew the bowlers, and all of you were scared to bowl for him.
You are a bit anxious.
Bit anxious,
yes.
yes.
But then again, like what happened in the World Cup, he tries to overdo it.
Mm-hmm.
And in England, you have a chance against him because the ball does something there.
Okay. And how did you instill the cricketing brain to your son? He also became a good cricketer. He represented India. And was there a kind of every time you watch him play, or if he didn't do well, as a father and a great cricketer, does it feel something in you to say that, no, baby, you play this way? Or does he react saying, Papa, don't tell me, come on, like all our boys?
That way we were very close towards me. Because I encouraged him as a young boy, like I was encouraged by my parents. I encouraged him to play. You wanted to play, you wanted to study, whatever it is. So he chose to play cricket.
Play cricket.
And then we had to encourage him.
So you did not force him?
No, we didn't force him.
We didn't force him.
And then we used to sit down and talk a lot. Because he didn't, in the present generation of cricketers, don't really know the past cricketers.
Okay.
We used to talk about strengths of the past cricketers. It's pass on information which he required.
So dinner table becomes the cricketing table?
Not really.
Not really.
In the family, we didn't talk much cricket. There are two girls, two sisters and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't follow cricket. So you know what I mean.
Oh, really?
So we used to basically talk. We used to do. I used to take them a lot. I do a lot of fishing, so we can go fishing.
Fishing.
Yeah, sit on the river and fish, and then maybe you can have to talk about cricket.
Okay.
So I have a farm in Bandipur. We always go spend time there. Those times we sit down and talk a lot.
Talk a lot. Okay. So to conclude, I have two questions to ask you. To tell the team, to make things happen, how should the team work actually, according to you? To make anything to happen. Yes, we believe in ourselves. But it should happen. What a team should think, not an individual.
I think we have to work together.
We have to work
We
together.
have to be together, whatever it is.
Whatever.
Situation. And even if you lose, the team's got to take it. You can't blame individuals.
Okay.
You can't just pick points over here. Because of him, we lost. He dropped the catch, we lost the game today. If he drops the catch, and we have to blame also as a team.
As a team.
I think everything is done together.
Done together. Okay. And as a leader, how do you make team to believe that the dream of the leader will be achieved?
Basically, I think it's instilling confidence in them.
Instilling confidence in them.
That's important. I think each one has to be feel on the same. They're on the same platform.
Same platform.
If I'm going to protect this person differently, that person differently,
Yeah.
then we cause a little bit of a rift.
Rift.
Each one is on the same platform.
At the same time, selecting the right candidate for your team is also equally important. So far we spoke about the cricket. The other side of Mr. Binny is he's very kind to animals. He's a great supporter of Kupa. Can you please elaborate a bit? Why did what is this side of your life? How many dogs you have at home?
I've got 4.
Oh, 4 dogs. Okay.
I've got 6 in my farm, so there's a lot more.
Okay.
Lot more to come.
A lot more to come. Okay.
Yeah, basically we grew up with that as a family. We had on a farm. So that's where a lot of animals came. And then again, I couldn't take anybody, see anybody, treat animals.
Okay.
That's why I got into this keeper. People hitting dogs and not looking after them. Not they're dumb creatures. They need some love and care like anybody else. I mean, you can be a big boost for you. It can release stress levels. Dogs, as a friend, a great friend. A dog is a lovely friend, and it's not only dogs. I mean, all animals.
Yeah.
And for that reason also, I became vegetarian just for that.
Oh, really?
I'm
Okay.
not vegetarian. I don't eat meat. So I love animals. I can't eat them.
Oh, so nice of you. So nice of you. Okay, now in the last 1 minute, I will take 3 questions from the audience. Whatever you want to ask, you can ask. Yes, please, Deepak sir.
I'm Deepak from Quality Department. I'm a great fan of you. 1983, 84 and 85 were the golden ages of Indian cricket. 85, of course, we won in Australia. But 1984 is where in the final match, so you took 3 wickets and we won against our mortal enemies, Pakistan. And the first wicket of Javed Miandar was very something which I can't even forget it. Can you talk few things about it?
Yeah. Always Pakistan and India matches are always very, very high
voltage.
High voltage matches. And we played that in Sharjah.
Yes,
Sharjah, the desert, where you had 80% was Pakistani and 20% were Indian spectators. And it basically, again, it was there. I think the team that handles the pressure more wins. In Pakistan, will be tense because there are so many people watching them, and the expectations were too high. So that's what happened in that game. The wicket was the same, and it wasn't a wicket like England where the ball swung around. It was just a good batting wicket, which Pakistan lost because of
The pressure they had.
confidence, self-confidence.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Ramchandra. I just noticed in that final ceremony where the World Cup was being received by Kapil Dev, most of you had not shaved your beard. Was it something you guys believed in?
To show the hard work.
Because it was something you thought you would, if you shave your beard, you would not win the match or something like that? Or?
He said earlier there was a lot of grass on the pitch.
Because if you notice, everyone was unshaven almost.
I tell you, for me, the reason was, one between you shave in the morning, those days you shave and then you come and play, you sweat and you...
Yeah, it stings a lot, yeah.
It stings. That's one reason. Second reason, you have another 10 15 minutes to sleep.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Most stores, you see, always have beards, because you don't want to spend an extra time shaving.
Yeah.
There's no superstition in
Thank
that.
you.
But there's a lot of superstition in cricket.
Yeah,
exactly.
Some people will not, there's a timing when you leave, the bus leaves.
Yeah,
At
exactly.
World Cup, there's not much from the manager's side.
And there was this story about the Sunil Gavaskar taking one round around Vishwanath before going to bat when they were together. That was some story we heard from Gavaskar himself. He was talking in an interview.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've known people, when they get ready to bat, they put on the right pad first.
Yes.
Some put on the left
Left
pad.
pad.
Yes. Correct.
Some Mohan Ramnath, we saw in the World Cup, he had a red handkerchief tucked in his pocket.
Correct.
That's he's been doing that for years.
I think nobody is like Nadal, He rubs everywhere. No, that's good.
Mannerisms are there.
Nice.
Also here.
Excellent.
Quite a few mannerisms.
Last question. Yes, young man. Introduce yourself. Are you a doctor? Are going to be a doctor?
No, I'm
Not
playing
really. Going to be a cricketer?
I'm playing basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a sports person, do you advise a person to be non-vegetarian or vegetarian? Because recently Virat Kohli has turned vegan and that's setting an example for many people.
See, that's one's personal choice. You can't. It has advantages also and disadvantages. But nowadays, even the most fast bowlers too are turning to become vegans. So So it's really not that you can advise someone that you can't bowl fast if you're a vegan. You know, India's fastest bowler was a vegetarian. Still is a vegetarian.
Srinath. Yeah, Dawda Srinath. Yeah.
So it's again a personal choice.
Okay. Thank you very much. And it was a great pleasure to have Roger, Michael, Humphrey, Binny. It's a great pleasure, and as a team, I am sure many youngsters learned something as a teamwork, and we will tell you the results very soon. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for talking to me. Yeah, thank you.